we are being taught this week how to pray by none other than Jesus Christ himself. The disciples go to Jesus and they're like, man, we need to figure out how to do this. Can you help us, Master? And he's like, I sure can. He leads them through the Lord's Prayer. And this is so in line with our show today. I'm so thrilled to be able to explain it to you right now, applying to the interview we just heard and previously in this area of healing. So Jesus, what he does, he happens to be a pretty good preacher. And so what he does is he gives an illustration after the Lord's Prayer. Luke chapter 11, verse 5. Here's what he says. He says to them, which of you who has a friend will go to him at midnight and say to him, friend, lend me 3 loaves. Now, in the ancient world, again, they probably traveled at midnight because it was cooler to do so. And also, if you got unexpected guests, it was unthinkable that you would not have food to provide for your guests. So when Jesus gives this illustration, everyone's picking up what he's putting down here. So in verse 6, for a friend of mine has arrived on a journey. I have nothing to set before him. And he will answer from within, do not bother me. The door is now shut, and my children are with me in bed. I cannot give up and give you anything. Now, anyone with kids know that when the kids are asleep, the last thing you want them to do is wake up, because when they wake up, goodbye sleep, right? Also, in the ancient day, these rooms would have like one room house. So for one person to get up, the whole family would get up too. So the guy who's being interrupted, he's like, no, I can't do this. My kids are sleeping. But verse 8 says this, it says, I tell you, this is so important to listen to. I tell you, though he will not give up and give him anything because he is his friend, yet because of his impudence or his persistence, he will rise and give him whatever he needs. The key word in this amazing parable, again, I want to show it to you. The key word is the word impudence or persistence. Notice in verse 8, Jesus is teaching this parable, and he says the reason the friend finally relents is not because of friendship. Isn't that amazing? It says right here, Jesus says he doesn't answer the door finally because of their friends. At the end of the day, the reason he finally gets up is because of the persistence of the knocking of the guy who wants bread. Jesus is teaching us this. How badly do you want prayer? Will you continue to ask me? Will you come to my door? Will you knock? And just in case you think there's any misinterpretation what Jesus is teaching, verse 9 and 10 seal the deal. Listen to verse 9. He says this, and I tell you, watch the progression here. Ask, it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, seeks, finds, knocks, and it will be opened. Are you understanding what Jesus is teaching us right now about prayer? Jesus says this. He seems to say, if you come to my house at midnight, if you keep knocking, if you keep persistently asking me for the things that you desire for your life, and again, according to my will, Jesus says, try me, test me, and you will find that I will answer. See the progression there? It's ask, but not just ask. Move, pursue, and seek, but not just seek. Finally, knock, and the door will be opened. It reminds me of the story in Mark 10 of Bartimaeus. And he's crying out for the healing. And he says, Lord Jesus, have mercy on me. The people around him say, would you be quiet? And they rebuke him. But the text says he cries out all the more, Lord Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. Jesus hears and says, bring him here, and heals him of his disease. That is awesome. This is Jesus saying to us right now, whether it's for healing or our marriages or our own personal place where we are looking for the Lord, how badly do we believe in prayer? How much do we want prayer? How much do we want to ask? Speaking of prayer, prayer lines. 1-866-273-4444. Call us right now as you believe in the power of prayer.